Hi, I will be talking about Case Study 2, Following Lance Armstrong, Excellence Corrupted. So, just some background information on Lance Armstrong. He was born in Plano, Texas in 1971. He originally started riding his bike when he was, racing his bike at the age 7. And in his first distance race that he entered, he completely dominated. By the age of 15, Lance Armstrong actually brought in a total winnings of $20,000 for the year in prize money. So it was clear early that he was dominant physically. He was superior to a lot of the other athletes or cyclists at that time. And also at the age of 16, he was named rookie of the sprint triathlons. So it was determined and through testing revealed that Lance Armstrong had very unique physical characteristics. And when I say that, I mean that he was able to take in and use oxygen 42% better than the average effective trained man. So, he was able to withstand a lot more. It helped him a lot when it came to shorter races. However, at the age of 25, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer. Now, his desire and determination to return to cycling basically captured the hearts of America and all the cycling fans. At this time, there wasn't really a lot of research going on or a lot of survivors when it came to cancer. And he had a lot of public support, and, you know, his team supported him publicly. However, in closed doors, they did reveal to him that because he signs a $2 million contract, if they didn't renegotiate, they were going to basically drop him off the team. So they did end up renegotiating, and he did end up, staying on the team for that time being. However, majority of his support came from his sponsors as they supported him all throughout, and he fought hard. He fought he fought the cancer, and he was determined to return to the races. And once he did that, once he was cleared to return, he decided that he would open up a foundation, which was the Lance Armstrong Foundation, to raise funds and research and help raise awareness about testicular cancer as well as other cancers. So, just to discuss, I know a lot of people don't really know exactly what the Tour of de France is, and it is basically a race, a race that has multiple bicycle stages, and it's grueling. There's different terrain that you end up racing across, and a lot of people, they might not understand exactly how grueling this is. So a lot of training sessions on the bike can take up to 6 hours at a time, which is pretty crazy. The actual Tour de France lasts 23 days, and it is an average of 3,500 kilometers throughout France, even though each year the race does change a little bit, but it's usually around the same. And it's the most popular event in Europe after the Olympics and after the World Cup. So, this event has 200 riders at a time racing, and they're very close, elbow to elbow, going at speeds of 25 miles per hour. So, it's pretty intense, and one mistake can potentially cost you the race as well as crashing into other riders and costing them the race as well. So, just something to talk about when it comes to doping. After and and cruelty and Coulter, don't know how to pronounce his name, but basically, he revealed that doping is something that's been around for since cyclists can remember, for almost 50 years at that time, which was 1969. So since the early 1900s, bike racers have been taking stimulants, he states, as well as, if anybody claims that they haven't, they're liars. And he also revealed that he had been doping himself. So, it's consistently asked that these racers, go faster and have greater efforts. And so he basically said that, he has no choice but to use those stimulants. And that's for pretty much a lot of these cyclists. And, the facts are there. 20 out of 21 top three finishers in the Tour de France each year between 1999 and 2005 have either tested positive for doping or have admitted to doping. So it's something that's been around, something that has been acknowledged by a lot of these top racers, and it's just something that is part of the culture. And to piggyback off of that, the culture of doping is something, like I said, that had been introduced to many cyclists or cyclers, and it's something that is like a part of it. It's the culture of cycling. It basically is hand in hand, as a lot of former champions have explained. And so for Lance Armstrong, to join the Brotherhood, I feel like, yeah, to some people they might believe that it was cheating. However, to him and a lot of these other people that are, professionals that are racing, it's something that they see everyone else doing. So, when it says join the Brotherhood, I look at it as Lance Armstrong was destined for greatness. He was the captain of the team, and he was just following suit with what he realized, was basically the culture. The culture of doping was something that has been around for a while, and I think now it's actually not considered as bad as maybe it used to be, because I guess people are starting to have a better understanding of exactly what doping is. And although it's still cheating, and it is taking steroids and it's not right. However, to compete in such a grueling event, it's been discovered that, you know, in order to really win and earn some money in this, it's something that a lot of these athletes are doing. And so I feel like Lance Armstrong was pressured, through just being great and having to always want to break records, and the pressure of being great at such a young age just got to him, and he decided, well, everyone else is doing it, so I might as well join the Brotherhood, and start doing it as well. So that was something that I think pretty much you know helped change the culture, or that's something that's viewed different nowadays in the culture. And now, to talk about the dark triad, which is narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellism. And I don't really think that Lance Armstrong was per se a psychopath, or had psychopathy, tendencies or anything like that. I do, however, believe that he was subjected to some narcissism and some Machiavellism, as he didn't really think about what he was doing while he was doing it, or was just so focused on being great that he didn't really care about how it affected anyone else, or how it affected the sport or his fans, or what people viewed about him. He was more so just focused on getting money, earning his medals and his championships, and just basically winning. He was just so consumed with those things that he didn't really have any regard for anyone else that his decisions could have affected, including his teammates. Because he was the one who was setting the example, as he was the leader. And it brings it back to his coaches, who also knew about what was going on, and they as well did not really show any real type of caring tendency about what the consequences could be. So just a brief conclusion. Um, I thought this case study was very interesting, and I believe that it revealed pretty much a lot of that the course has already revealed, which is that people these days, when it comes to management, or when it comes to just tendencies in general that aren't very ethical, or things like that, people will do what they need to do in order to basically just get through life. And I think I've seen that a lot in college, where you'll see a lot of people that are going into the real world, and they're just willing to do whatever they need to do in order to succeed, and they don't really care about whose feelings are hurt on the way to doing that, or anything like that. And it's just a taste of what the real world is like. It's a dog eat dog world, especially in America, and this is what drives people. And I believe it's the same thing that drive Lance Armstrong and his teammates into doping. They were just trying to succeed.